Guys, Ashley here, also known as the Asian Weeks, and it has been weeks, probably months, who knows. I have not done a video in a really long time. It feels like I've been doing a lot of editing. If you have not been noticing, I've uploaded so many WWE edits lately. I just love WWE couples, so I decided to edit them, but that's not what matters. There's just so many videos that I need to finish, and I have so many other videos that I want to do, but there's so many other videos that I need to finish, so I figure why not just do them while I'm not busy right now. So, okay, let's do this. The first video I need to finish is the teen drama problem, and this is part 2 of the video, and part 1 is already uploaded. I just never did part 2, and I'm going to do the Vampire Diaries Unpopular Opinions video 2 as well. There's a part 2 video of that coming, so stay tuned. It's also my OC versus the Gossip Girl TV show is still going on. That series is still happening, so be patient for that, and other stuff coming. So please, and I'm going to be doing a video on One Tree Hill soon, and a video on Damon, so please, Damon Salvatore, so please look out for those as well. Okay, part 2 of the teen drama problem. So if you did not watch part 1, this is basically me just saying problems that I've always had when it came to teen dramas, and not major problems, but problems that people can fix going down the line for other teen drama shows to come in your futures. So part 2 opens up with coming in at number 5, forgetting adolescence, things like body image, acne, hair, things like that. Like, I feel like we, as society, I feel like people are just expecting you to have it all together all the time, like waking up with your hair already done, you didn't even take a shower, and you have these nice clothes on, they're not even on, and things like that. Like, it's just so unrealistic to me. I had to get up every single day and, of course, brush teeth, take a shower, do my hair, and whatever else, jewelry, earrings, whatever, what else is that, and I had to iron my clothes the day before. If they look wrinkled when I woke up in the morning, I will iron my clothes again. So I just feel like things like that, like, it's just so realistic to me. Like, you don't wake up with your hair already done and makeup already on your face, and you just have the perfect skin and the perfect clear skin and all that stuff. Like, I feel like if they would make teen drama shows a little more real, like teens wearing less makeup, teens having natural beauty, showing their natural beauty without any force to have makeup on, or things like that. And I also feel like body image is a really important thing too in our society, because I really feel like, especially when it comes to girls, like, we're expected to either be thin, skinny, like, if you're a plus size girl, you're weird, you're fat, like, things like that. Like, I really feel like it's just so important to talk about these topics. Like, I feel like adolescence is such an important thing. Like, I really feel like sometimes people feel like once you turn 16, you're still phasing out of the teenager stage. You already phased out of the bad acne, and your voice getting deeper, and your hormones are changing, your body starts to change, things like that. Like, I feel like they forget that, but honestly, it doesn't change. Your body is still, your brain is still processing. It's an adult mindset, so that does happen. When you turn 14, going all the way to 18, you're starting to process an adult mind. Your things are going to change. Your hair might get longer, your hair might get shorter. You might be taller, short. Your body's going to change. Things are going to expand differently. So I feel like drama shows not hitting up to that about things changing or anything. It's just weird to me, because it's like, you don't wake up in the morning with good breath. You don't wake up in the morning with your clothes already ironed for you. I mean, like, just clothes freshly ironed. Like, you didn't even iron in them last night, or you didn't even iron them now. They're just freshly nicely done. And another thing too, I don't have a problem with fashion, like things like Riverdale and Gossip Girl. I never had a problem with how the teens dress. Honestly, I feel like fashion in teen drama shows does make the show very different, showing that these teens are wearing things that are, like, out now, like Jordans, wearing things like Jordans and Converses, or things like that, like cute Fashion Nova outfits, things like that. I don't have a problem with that. But if you want to just keep it simple, sometimes teens just don't really do the overloading thing. Some teens just wear a jeans, t-shirt, and just regular clothes without there being any real fashion pattern or anything like that. That's kind of why I love the OC, Degrassi, and One Tree Hill a lot, because the teens just kind of dress normal. They didn't really have like their normal thing or their normal patterns. Like it's not Jawbreaker type of clothing or Mean Girls type of fashion. Like it's not that. It was just simple. So that's changed that in the near future for teen dramas. Coming in number 6, not making teen parents self-aware. Like, I feel like this is another thing too that's always bothered me when it comes to teen drama shows, is that the parents are giving their kids way too much privacy. I didn't have a lot of privacy when I was growing up. Like, my parents were constantly in my business and things like that. Like, I would say just now, when I turned into a senior, they started laying off a little bit. But like, dude, freshman through junior year, my parents were all up in my business, sweeping through my room, trying to find anything they can to just see if I'm just being rebellion. Like, I feel like you need to do that. Like, I feel like you need to be in your kid's business and you need to be self-aware of their behavior. Like, if your kid is failing and they're not doing any work, like, you need to be self-aware. Like, how do they just come straight home, they're not doing no homework? Like, you need to be up their ass. Like, my parents were up my ass about school. Like, grades, work, all of it. Like, they were not joking around. Like, they really were up my ass about that. And I feel like teen parents need to be more about that. Be less about what your kids are doing, and like, it's not just all about sex, and dating. Like, there are other things too that matter. Like, what if your daughter's having an eating disorder? What if she's been sexually assaulted? Things like that. What if your son has been, I don't know, probably when he was a kid, violated in a way? Like, things like that. Like, people don't think about that type of stuff. Or what if he's been also sexually assaulted by another male counterpart, and now he's confused about his sexuality and where his mindset is at and his mental health. Like, I feel like things like that also matter. Like, I feel like it's not just about sex, and dating. It should be about other things too that you probably notice different about your kids. Like, maybe they're not hanging out with the same crowd. Maybe they're not interested in the same things anymore. Maybe they're starting to become less detached and less worried about everything. Like, I feel like there's other things too that we need to be more self-aware about. I'm not a parent, but I'm just saying, people down the line, maybe they can make teen drama parents more like that. Like, just care a little bit more about things that are more important instead of things that don't really matter that much, to me at least. Coming in at number 7 is teens not taking sex seriously. This is the one thing that has always bothered me about teen drama shows, especially now. Like, they make the teens very hypersexual. Like, they make all the teenagers just desire and lust for sex. Like, when I was in high school, there were kids who were younger than me that were sexually active, and I wasn't sexually active at all in high school. Like, there were kids who were, like, younger than me, sexually active. So, I don't have a problem with you saying, okay, yes, there are some kids who are going to be sexually active. That's fine. But when you make every kid in that entire cast that you're showing just getting it on, having sex every 2 minutes, like, I feel like that's just so unrealistic, because not every teen is hypersexual in high school. Like, not every teenager is doing it. It's just not every teenager is doing it. I feel like there's no other way to explain this. They're not doing it. They're not. So tone it down a little bit. Like, I understand, and then don't ever use sex as a way to, like, for example, like, don't, like, Cassie, I don't have a problem with her, because her having sex makes sense because she's looking for male validation. Well, that's good. That's good for a female character. That's good for Cassie. I like that. You're using sex as a way to make sense for her character. That's good. I don't mind that. When you make kids, like, in Riverdale, like, the kids, especially, like, Veronica and Archie in the second season, they were, like, really hypersexual for no reason. Like, they just wanted to have sex with each other, and, like, it's just so stupid. Like, it's just so distracting. Like, why they gotta be so hypersexual? These kids are, like, 15 years old. Why are they this hypersexual? Like, how are their hormones this expanded through the roof? Like, it's kind of ridiculous in a way, honestly. So I really feel like we could tone it down with the hypersexualizing and just making sex be like this end-all be-all things. I mean, yes, sex is important. It's important in life. It's how we're all here. I get that. But when it comes to teen drama shows, please do not make every teenager seem like they're all doing it, because they're not. Some people actually care about their virginities. Coming number 8 is age gap relationships. Honestly, I don't have a problem with this as much as other people. The only problem I have with this type of storylines is when it's used in a perverted way. Like, as much as I love this show, Pretty Little Liars is one of those shows where they have this whole weird grown adult teenager thing. And I feel like sometimes it's used in a very perverted, weird way. Like Ren, the way he came off on Spencer was just very weird to me. Like even learning from his first mistake, kissing her, he still tried to pursue a relationship with Spencer, knowing that she was 16 in high school. Like I feel like that's weird, and not just with Spencer, with Hannah too. Like that's weird to me. Like you can make a casual age gap relationship where like the girl met the guy and he's honest about his age, and you could go from there. You don't have to romanticize it. Yes, you should make her parents feel a little bit weird and questionable about why does this grown man have any interest in a girl that's in high school. But I feel like what would be interesting is if we know what his real intentions are. That way we can test and see if the relationship is worth shipping or not. That's how I feel when it comes to age relationships. I don't like when it's used as a way to be perverted or when you know it's weird but they keep trying to make it work. I don't like that. Coming in number 9 is the dialogue. The dialogue now for drama shows has gotten so atrocious, it's just not even funny anymore. Like, it's just, ugh. The Gossip Girl reboot, the dialogue is ridiculous. Riverdale, come on, we already know, ridiculous. Euphoria, come on, it's just stupid half the time. I feel like they all look up, they all talk like they're still reading their scripts and they kind of have no idea what they want to say. So they just say it. Honestly, I don't even know if they even get scripts by the way they talk. Maybe it's just what they're saying. They just have them say whatever they're feeling in that moment, and that's what it is sometimes with Euphoria. But you get my point. And many more. The dialogue is just getting ridiculous, and it's not as strong or it's not as realistic. Like I would say, One Tree Hill. That's why I came to make a video about this. One Tree Hill. The best drama shows to me where they have the best dialogue is One Tree Hill, Degrassi, The OC, Vampire Diaries, Teen Wolf. The first 2 seasons were pretty good. Yes, Teen Wolf was a teen drama show, but it's not like a serious teen drama show where they talk about trigger warning topics. But it was the first 2 seasons were really good. Just wanted to say that disclaimer. 13 Reasons Why, the dialogue was pretty strong. I did like it, especially in the first season. I really liked the dialogue in the first season. So yeah, like those two drama shows, especially One Tree Hill. One Tree Hill is Pretty Little Liars. Yeah, the dialogue was pretty strong. I don't care what anybody said. The dialogue is very strong. I just love the dialogue in those shows. Like they make it really convincing and they make it real whenever they're talking. So yeah, maybe the dialogue could get a lot better in these drama shows. Like at least take time into writing those scripts. And coming in number 10, not acting like teenagers. And what I mean by this is things like not doing schoolwork, things like not doing anything that relates to school, not enough things about like school dances or prom and things like that. Like things like that that make you kind of like a teenager in high school, like things like that. The things that you go through personally, family stuff, like things like that. Like I feel like what's weird to me is that these teens, they make these teens just have it all together, and I feel like it's not like that when you're like not involving themselves in college, doing college exams, and they all go into these colleges but they don't do any work. Like I feel like you could do so much more with that. Like I feel like certain drama shows, they make these teens feel like they have it all together, and no teenager has it all together. No one has it all together all the time. You do what you can to make sure you have it all together, but there are just some things you're not going to be able to control in life. So I think those are things that can fix easily. This has been part 2 of the teen drama problem. Please let me know what your problems are in teen dramas. I honestly saw these teen drama tropes on BuzzFeed, and I think I might write them down and talk about my opinions on those tropes. So please look out for that video too. That might be coming not soon, but I have to actually look at it again. So thank you all for listening to this.